All right, so I'm gonna show you guys how to do a 45-degree lower on a Mickey Mouse ear. So we're just gonna do a make ready and move this system down to make clearance. So I did most of the groundwork to make this video a little bit shorter. I'm gonna go ahead and explain what I did. So I made chains because we're doing a whole bunch of make readies and pole transfers and stuff, and it's always nice to have security, especially on 45-degree poles. So I created these chains. They're 4 foot long. They're rated for a little over 1,000 pounds along with the clevises and stuff. Good to have. You see I put 2 weavers about a foot away from the pole, so I got something to hook off to in case this snaps back. It's not sucking into the middle of the pole and not giving me any room to work with, especially if I'm working with a 3-bolt clamp where I would have to loosen it and move it either way when I go up or down. Same thing on the other side. I have 2 weavers. One's mounted upside down and one's mounted right side up. I have my chain link in the middle of them to provide room. I have my hoist set up on the pole. I have it off to the right side. It doesn't really matter. I could have went off to the left, but this is just the way I set it up. So chain hoist, security chain. I have a 1/4 ton chain hoist taking the tension off of the pole this way. So that when I go ahead and release this bolt, it's not shooting out, not doing anything dangerous here. I mean, you absolutely can if you want to. If you want to loosen these up and take them off and let them shoot out, that's on you. But the safe way to do it, the proper way to do it, the way that I'm sure any system or network provider would prefer you to do it is going to be this way. So without further ado, I've got everything set up. I've explained everything. We're going to go ahead and take this apart and lower it and put it back in and kind of show you guys how I handle business here. So I've already went ahead and taken my down guy off at the bottom. I'll go ahead and just keep that out of my way. I've already drilled my holes and everything, measured my heights, all that good stuff. See, you can see that that bolt didn't shoot out because I have my security chain. Now the fun part. You know, there's really no book on how to do this. This is kind of just stuff that I've came up with over the years. This is just the best way I found to do these kind of things. I seem to be pretty good at them. They go pretty quickly for me. I try to remain as safe as possible, obviously. Now my chain's getting a little loose here. Means I must be all the way out. Alright, I got that bolt removed. I can go ahead and loosen this up the rest of the way so that it catches onto my security chain. And that's how I'm gonna suck it back into the pole as well, if you haven't already grasped that. Set it down. We'll just lower her down. I've already checked street clearance to make sure I'm good and all that good stuff, so we're pretty solid here. And if you have any problems with the chain binding up and not going where it needs to, just give it a little bit of a loosen here, bring it down, being careful not to screw yourself when it comes to putting your hardware back in. You don't want to do that. that. We'll continue to lower it down. So now we got that. And you know, it's a good thing to kind of know what weights and what's rated for this or that. It's really good to know that kind of information. That way you ain't putting, you know, 1,000 pounds on something that's only rated for 400. You know, that's never a good thing to do. Now, I will be honest, these are the hardest ones to get back in, just because with a 3-bolt clamp I can kind of just loosen the clamp and move it around where I need it. Where with this I have to kind of manhandle it back where it goes, which is fine with me. I'm not shy to do a little work. Back in, give it a little more love. Not through the back yet. All right, that's fine. We'll crank the hell out of her. Make sure she's good. Final love. You go ahead, grab your down guy that you're moving. Put that fucker back on there. Alright, now all I gotta do, go set that down guy, which I'll have my ground hand do, and then I'll remove all of this stuff and I will rebond everything, put new copper on, and this pole transfer is good to go. It's done. There it is. Moved down, everything's moved, everything's in compliance. Nothing's too low over the road. I'll have them double check with the sticks and everything's good. But that, my friends, is how you safely conduct a pole make ready. On a 45 degree. You can do the same thing on a straight through. On a straight through, it's really not super necessary to run a secondary chain for safety or anything like that. You still can, by all means, be as safe as possible, but you know, it's not necessary. Straight through, if you can figure this out and watch this video and understand this, then a straight through is going to be pretty self-explanatory. But I'll catch you guys next time on the next episode of Cable Life. Have a good one, y'all.